Hey folks, John Beaudin from Rock History Music, Rock History Book, and Rock History Canada. People have been asking, what's going on with the Canadian channel? Well, we have a rule. This is how we do things. And people ask us about interviews sometimes where they go, where's that interview? We have a mandate every single month where, let me just turn that down. We have a mandate every month where we know, hold on, let me turn this off. We have a mandate every month where we know we have a certain budget for YouTube. And the A-list performers, the A-list artists, we have to put on first. Whether they're A-list to everyone, but we know that we'll get more hits from them because that's our main criteria. So we have to stack this channel. It's at 100,000 subscribers, soon 101,000. We have to stack that channel first because it's important to us. I mean, you have to feed the big beast first because that's the cash cow. That's the one that does well. So we do that first, and then secondary, we do Rock History Book, and the third channel we feed is Rock History Canada. The fact that we haven't had a chance to go there, even though we have a lot of interviews on there, we just don't have the manpower. We can't hire someone. We don't have enough people to, all the big channels, they're not run by one person. Most of the big music channels are run by several people because you can't build a house by yourself most of the time. But we're on a limited budget. That's why we stack this channel first. The Today in History thing we enjoy doing. So we've had a lot of questions about Canadian channel. How come you haven't done anything with it? We're getting slowly to it, thanks to your donations for one thing. We're going to be able to get a little bit of help where I just don't, doing an interview and, well, just to let you know, if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't still be doing this because it's forever we're working on this stuff. We're doing it. We love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not ungrateful. This video is to thank specific people who have helped us a lot, basically on Patreon and PayPal. But when someone just gives you money, just little donations. Some people give us $5. A gentleman gave us $200 because we're raising money for a $5,000 computer. And all our money goes back into the company with this because that's the way you run a YouTube channel. You can't just go around, willy-nilly and spending money. You just can't do it. Hey, Kim, I'm glad you're here. Kim has been one of the best supporters, Kim Trickle, of us. Sam Hanks. Hey, Sam, how you doing? Thank you. So anyway, that explains. We can't get to Rock History Canada right now because we're too busy trying to basically stay afloat. I'm saying basically a lot. Anyway, for our Patreon, I just want to say hi to Gloria Sims, Tim Law, Richard, who's Tor Porco on our channel, Bob Kittamern, Bob Hiller, Dave Wilhauer, Alex Knight, who's always been, Kim, there you go, Tim Trickle, who's on our higher level, Tom Cox, Barbara Layton, John O'Leary, Melody Rubberstad, Todd Crocker, and Michael Lewis. And we just started our Patreon, so it's just a fairly new thing for us. And to have people just get on there because we're just still really stacking it. We haven't really done everything we want to do to it because there's a lot more stuff we want to put on our Patreon. So thank you, first of all. And I was just saying the other day we were doing a Today in History and I couldn't use the computer, which is okay today, behind my laptop, which is dying as well. So it's just, when things break, they break. And it's beyond our budget right now to just take care of all this stuff. So that's why on this video, I want to say thank you to some people. Anthony Gooch from Tennessee, Matthew Lilly from California, Walter Fisher, Missouri. These people just gave us money. Elvin Shelley from New York, Rob Rubin from California, Linda Minnis from Illinois, Daniel Wasser from Maryland, Luis Pina, it's probably Pena from Bronx, New York, Lawrence Green from Washington, Greg Ames from California, Paul Guerra from North Carolina, Robert McLaren from Tennessee, Roland Ruth from Illinois, Rob Ahinius from New York, Kevin Campion from Massachusetts, Bruce Gelman of San Antonio, Texas, Aaron Davis from Indiana, Douglas Schwabe from Pennsylvania, Michael Clark from Pennsylvania, also Mark Davis from Florida, Diane Ricks from Texas, Heather McDermott from Ottawa, thank you, Heather, Thomas Schmidt from Germany, thank you, Timothy Fronterhouse from California, Rena Kafizaz from London, Jeffrey Jackson from West Virginia, who gave us a big donation of $200, J.M. Stewart from Lawrenceville, Georgia, Christopher Carr from Delaware, Tom Cox from Australia, and Frederick Albert from California. We're like $1,000 away from buying our new computer. Thanks to all of you who helped us. And like I say, here's the deal. Times are hard for a lot of people. And as one person mentioned, he says, well, I've been lucky. One gentleman contacted me and he says, I've been lucky. I've been okay. And I like your channel and I want you to continue. So well, it's not a question of us not continuing, but it's a question of us slowing down if it takes us too long to basically do a video. So all the people I mentioned, these are the people who brought us up to $4,000. $4,000 to buy well, it's more than 5,000, but we'll take care of the rest. And there you go. You know, it's 6 something, but thank you for being there for us and to make a difference. I never in a million years would have thought someone would just send me money to help me buy a computer. And because it's the little old me thing. I just do these videos. I'm a broadcaster, so I do this. I do them every single day. I do several videos every single day. And Patreon to me was like I'm going, oh, Patreon, that's more work. But then I realized I could get closer to the people who love our videos. So we thought, let's do that. But YouTube has been the most challenging thing I have ever done in my life. It's the hardest work I've ever done in 40 years in radio. The hardest and yesterday, YouTube contacted me and said, you're going to get your 100,000 subscriber plaque. And I thought, and as much as I admire that, and that's great, I thought, I wish that would translate to a good living. But I'm not alone. A lot of people, you know. So Kim Trickle, hi. Godvilla, retracted. James Bashir, good evening, Johns. Hey, James, nice to have you on here. Sam Hanks, I love rock and roll, thanks. Godvilla00, John, your continuously enjoyable videos are a silver lining at the end of my day, especially your live feeds on Friday night. Keep up the excellent work. Thank you. Calvin Beeler, good evening, John, from Cleveland, Ohio. Jeanette Insera, hello from Long Island, New York. Hello. So it's the fans, it's the connections you make. You know, if I was doing these videos, even if I was getting more hits and I wasn't really communicating with anybody, I probably would, I mean, I'm prone to depression anyway. I'd probably get depressed, really, really depressed. And the last years I've been good. The last time I was really depressed, I was emceeing my son's wedding. And I thought, yeah, I got this. I had some notes in front of me. I thought, yeah, this is easy. I'm a broadcaster. I can do this. I never really thought much of it. And I used to basically ad-lib my way through doing presentations, like, not totally ad-libbing, but I would do bridal fair. Remember bridal fair? I did that a few years in a row. And I just kicked it out of the park. I had the audience at the palm of my hand. I used to do this stuff. And then I hadn't done it for a few years. And my son, Mark, said, can you MC our wedding? And I went to do it. And I underestimated how I hadn't done it in a while and how depressed I was feeling and anxiety ridden. That was quite a few years ago. And ever since then, I said, I can't live like that. I cannot live like this. This is the most, it was just humbling to be in front of all my son's friends and relatives and to basically bomb as an MC. It was awful. It was just, I mean, it's not like I was nervous. I wasn't showing nerves. I was just totally organized. I was showing anxiety, I'm sure. But that stuff happens. So the fastest way you can get better at something is to be humbled, is to be embarrassed. And I was severely embarrassed after so many years of doing so well on stage that it was like a perfect storm. So going back to doing this without communicating with so many of you, I don't know if I'd be still doing this, even if I made more money with it. I mean, we make a living off this. We have to watch, you know. But when it came time to the computer, because we just had to get our house done, our siding done was falling apart, and I went, oh my God, what is going on? But everyone, I'm not alone, you know, groceries, gas is expensive. And I was very leery to say, hey, help us out. Hey, help us out on PayPal. I mean, that was for years. My cohorts, other people who do YouTube were saying, no, that, you know, you've got fans, you can do that. I'm going, I'm not going to ask them for money. I can't do that. But But you guys came through, you know. The first night I did it, I remember getting off camera and went, I said I'd never do that. You know. Hey, Sue Bailey. Hi. Hi, John. So this video is basically to say thank you. Oh, I'm at low power. Hold on. I've got to ask Shannon for my memory, hold on. Shannon, can you send me my power cord? It should be upstairs for my MacBook. That's the thing about the MacBook. It was such a fast computer 7-8 years ago, and it's 8 years later, and it was used when I bought it. And I thought, oh no, like all of a sudden we're dealing with a MacBook that's slow now. But anyway, thank you for everyone. In case I go off air, thank you for everyone, if Shannon doesn't get this message, who basically supported us. It means an awful lot. And we're so close to getting our computer. We should be there soon. So this is a thank you to the folks who just went out of their way and said, you know what, I'm going to help out the channel. It changed my world. I was so surprised by it. Oh, she read it. Hope she comes down. Hold on, I'm going to have to open my door to make sure that she can get in. Shan, you got my cord, honey? Oh, she's coming. Oh, she's coming to give me my cord to save my life. It's always something, eh? Hi, Shan. Thank you. You can't. No one can see you. You're not on camera at all. Thanks. Close the door. Thanks, Annie. She's so funny. Wrong cord. Sorry? It's the wrong cord. It's Chase's. Well, we actually, this computer's battery is, that's the other thing. This computer's battery is so bad, it doesn't last very long, and I didn't plug it in. It's always something. Anyway, thank you. If we go off air, thank you so much for everyone who supported the channel. This battery lasts for 20 minutes. You can come in. Thanks.
Oh, my pleasure. You're very welcome.
You can take that back.
Wrong one. Oh, see?
Thanks. Sorry, you dropped it.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. Will I make it in time? Ah, good. Sorry. That was a fun 5 minutes of nothing, right? Mark Burchett. Hey, John. Greg Gardner. Hi, John. Holly Winfrey, hello. Tortor Porco, watching your channel brings me back to the days of listening to 630 Ched. And thank you for joining our Patreon. Thank you. Sue Bailey, a lot of the regulars. So thanks. You know, we moved last year this month on the 23rd, and it was a scary thing for us. And it was a financial, like, oh my God, moving to this province where the healthcare is really bad, but it's, my friends in the US say the same thing, that now you know how we feel. It's just been a real learning experience for Shannon and I. Am I on the wrong side? There you go. So here we are doing our videos in a place that we love with very friendly people. And we're on our own on YouTube. And that's why I did the thing I said I'd never do, is basically say, hey, if you want to support our channel, please do. So thank you for the folks who have done that. If you want to support us, there are links at the very top of this video for Patreon or for PayPal. Thank you. It never ceases to amaze me. I'll wake up one morning and someone sends us $25. And I go, well, we're $25 closer to our new computer. And like I said, for the difference, we'll scrape up the difference and we'll be able to, well, for one thing, get more videos. When you're rendering a video, when you've got all these different pieces, and if your computer is slow, getting all this thing into one video, it takes a while. And Apple's famous for doing it fast. So I've read all of you guys, if you're joining on it, if you've helped us financially, or if you've joined our Patreon or you gave us money at PayPal. I've mentioned every single last name. of people who helped us out. And I just got to say thanks. Man, it just makes a difference in someone's life when you go, wow, never in my life would I think that folks all over the world who watch our channel, who value it, again, it's a little old me. I don't know. I go in and I do a radio show for Vancouver, and I do YouTube. That's how we survive in this house. This is, and Shannon helps me with Today in History. I know yesterday there was a few dates. Some of the websites that we get information from, they're not very accurate. If you're a broadcaster and you're using, hey, Dale, LL500, hi from Calgary. I'm not a regular, just checking this out. Hey, we came from Calgary, by the way. We lived in New Brighton. Do you know that? I don't know if you know that about us. We just moved. We lived in Calgary from 2002 to last August. Yeah, we lived in New Brighton. So where are you in Calgary? I worked for, you remember the Breeze radio station in Calgary? And what is now, what is it, LG? What's it called? The one on Center Street. Holly Winfrey. Greg Gardner. Hello, hello. Anyway, thanks everyone for helping us out. That's why I wanted to come on. I'd never done a real thank you video. And to reach 100,000, again, thanks to you. And I hope that YouTube pays more attention to the channel because we've worked so hard. At one point, YouTube asked me, David LL500, yes, born and raised, Signal Hill. Our first place was Signal Hill. There are apartments behind London Drugs. You know where London Drugs is, of course, at Signal Hill, right at the big intersection. We lived behind in those apartments. The first one's behind London Drugs, so that you know. And then we moved from there to New Brighton. We lived there ever since. So there you go. It's nice to meet someone where you go, I lived over there, and they know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? So I just finished doing the intros and extras to Mark Farner. I did those. I just finished doing the intros and extras to David Paich. Unfortunately, Chase chopped up the whole interview with David Paich for his new album of Toto, and we lost to pieces. I don't know where they went. It's happened a few times. But because we're short on hard drives right now, so we're borrowing from Peter to pay Paul. We've got a whole bunch of old hard drives and putting in because our NAS is full. It's a perfect storm. That's why I came on and asked for donations because there's so much stuff breaking down. So there you go. I just did David Paich, Mark Farner, and we've got Steve Fossen of Heart coming up, Michael DeRozier, or it's technically DeRozier, but everyone says DeRozier, the drummer, and the bass player for Heart coming up. Oh, so many things on the way. And a lot of books, a lot of rock and roll books, just to let you know. I'm going to read your comments and I'm going to have to take off. What time is it? Am I okay for my radio show? Yeah, I'm okay. JT Shark, booting up my MP3 player with about 1,000 songs. That's pretty good. Dale LL5, yes, I live with above the military squadron numbers. Oh, there's a guy I used to work with who lives in that area above the numbers called Rick Valpatti. He was a producer. Rick gave me the biggest pain I ever felt. I did something to my collarbone, which was really, really bad by accident. And Rick didn't believe me. And Rick Valpatti, this producer, I wasn't his biggest fan, but he came and he pushed me. And I felt the most pain I've felt in my entire life. This is in the hallway. I was his boss. I was the program director. And no, I didn't feel like firing him because I knew he didn't mean it, but he was being a smartass. But anyway, Rick lives up there. He's a really good producer. Dave LL50, the Breeze Network isn't snowy, the greatest hits radio network. Yes, that's right. That's right. Anyway, I was the last program director for the Breeze there, which was California 103, Cal 103 we were going to change it to. So at that point, I told myself, I don't want to be a program director anymore. This is not for me. Where is it? Oh, yeah. Hold on. Do you remember? There you go. Oh, wrong camera. There. It's my badge for... I was the program director of that station. There is a clock you usually see up there. A lot of people ask me about that clock. When I was a program director of that station, for being there for 5 years, they gave me a prop clock, which was probably worth $3. And that was my gift for being there for 5 years. And I remember thinking, this is the worst radio company I've ever worked for in my life. Like I'm going, this is the cheapest company I've ever worked for in my life. They gave me a clock, which was worth $1 probably to make, or $2, which is meant to give as a prize. They gave me that as a 5-year plan. Biggest, Mark Burchett, Rick, you're fired now for doing that. Oh, I don't know why he did that. I know that Rick also applied for the program director's job, but I'm writing a book right now. When I get the time, I don't have a lot of time. I've got like 20 minutes a day to go back. And my wife, the first thing she said, "You're going to put the Rick Volpatti story in where he did that to you?" I'm going, oh yeah. That, I don't know why he did that, but that was, I almost fainted. The pain was so bad. And he says, "Oh, you're just faking." And he pushed me like that from behind. Oh God. And I've got a lot of stories like that, and encounters with rock and rollers. And there's finally a few rockers that I'm going to come out of the closet, so to speak, and tell you about some of the bad experiences I've had. One that I've recently had an experience with. I'm finally going to do that from a group of fans that love this man, but I don't think he's a very nice human being. So I'm going to put that in the book. And if he balks at it, I've got a lot of written proof. Anyway, it's not that this person has just done another thing recently, to someone I know, that I'm going, this person's just a malcontent. He's not a good person. No such thing as a program director anymore. It's all computer programs. That's not true. No, a program director, a music director still has to go and by the way, a music director does the music, not a program director. A program director's job is to be in control of everything that comes out of the box. Everything that you hear on the radio, whatever you hear, the program director is in charge of that. He hires, or in my case, I was the music director for most of those years. Most of the time I was program, and then I had a lady named Shanine Carr, who's now a program director in the interior BC, who was just amazing at it. But I had to oversee everything that she did. The problem with programming in some stations now is they're done out of a major city. So they do the same thing in every market, right? But still someone has to program that. You can't just a computer picks it out. Sure, a computer mixes it, but the program director always goes in and says, no, that those two songs don't work together or whatever. You always have to do that. You have to cherry pick a little bit, right? Dave says, I worked at CJSW. Oh, the University of Calgary radio station in the late 70s and early 80s. Cool. Mark Burchett, sounds like Richie Blackmore. No, I've not had dealings with him. JT Shark, the only rock star I have met that was actually nice was Bon Jovi. Is that right? Chev Ken, I have not been there since the broadcast about who would be a great substitute drummer for Neil Peart. Geddy Lee and Alex were to do some more. Andy Curran, who was the A&R guy for their record company, for Anthem, recently told me, he says, there's no way they're not going to work together. And of course, they recently did that thing for the comic. Chev Can, Mark, everybody hates Richie Blackmore. JT Shark, Blackmore gets grumpy when people only want to talk about former band. Well, it's like Bryan Adams when he said, well, I don't want to talk about the summer '69. That's not why I'm here. I think when Australian TV station. I remember thinking, what a dork. Oh my God. You wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that song. You know the rules. I've talked to artists who they talk about that. I mean, my first thought was, you're a jerk. What a jerk for saying that. Of course they want to talk about Summer 69. You don't know how the work, did he just do that to get headlines? Is that why he did it? You know, would you rather get a lot of people talking about you in under the umbrella that you're a jerk, or you were a jerk to do that? And I like Bryan Adams. That's my daughter's first concert. I love his music, but don't stand there and not, I don't want to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the new music. You know how it goes. People in the audience don't want to hear new music, but you squeeze one or two of them in. Every artist admits it before they play it. Kim Mitchell just did a show in my hometown, Miramichi, New Brunswick. And before he played a new song, he says, okay, I know you don't want to hear this, but indulge me here. Yet Bryan Adams, I almost did a video that said Bryan Adams is a freaking jerk, but I didn't. I don't do a South Park. Thank you, Chev Ken. Frank Janiak. Bill Bruford would be a good choice if he agreed to do it. Yes, I think, but he doesn't drum anymore. Mark Burchett. Exactly. It comes with the career. Kevin Campion. Channel is like a college course in learning a tool. Congrats on 100,000 subscribers of my 100K classmates. Thank you. Dave said, I'd like to hear your thoughts about Vince Gill's part of the Eagles. I think he's a great addition to the Eagles, but because he leans heavily into country, a lot of folks don't want him there, right? But I like Vince Gill. I talked to John Barlow Jarvis, who co-wrote "I Still Believe in You," and he said Vince was just such a nice guy to work with. Chris Fremoth, 30-plus radio career, mostly in Portland, Oregon. Met my wife in radio. Oh, cool. Yeah, I'd miss it if I was gone, I think. JT Shark, 69 was nearly 40 years ago. He has done a lot of other stuff. He has. But to say, I mean, obviously they just wanted to talk about a song. Really, they were going to get to the new album. That was probably a given. There's a possibility he told them ahead of time he didn't want to talk about it. If they did that, I've done that before. I've told you, Joyce DeWitt, Three's Company. What's his name? The guy from Three's Company. Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. Who's the guy who died? His name was, someone's going to tell me. The rudest guy you ever met was Ray McGuire? Oh my God, he was one of the nicest guys. What song was bigger in Summer 69 and A Night in Heaven? John Ritter, that's who it was. No one's told me yet. So I was told by her publicist when she came in, she was doing dinner theater, and she was very good in it. Don't talk about John Ritter. But I said, he just died. I've got to talk about John Ritter. And she says, you can't, John. You can't make her cry. So I've gone on there, and I'm on live radio with her doing my afternoon drive show. We're getting along really, really well. She was always my favorite on the show. I always loved her. There was just something about her. I had an affinity for Joyce DeWitt. So there she is standing like 2 feet from me. And I have a good rapport, and I'm going in. I'm going to have to. The audience wants me to ask about John Ritter. So I asked, and she cried on the air. And I said, I'm sorry. And I almost felt like crying because she really, she said, no, I understand you have to ask. She gave me a great answer. I still have the interview. And it's only a vocal interview. And at the end, when she was leaving, I said, I'm really, really sorry. She's, oh, no, it's okay. She gave me a big hug. She said, I know you had to ask. It's just really difficult for me. And she was just the classiest lady. And then we took a picture, and the picture didn't work because we didn't have flash on the camera. It was a digital camera, but it didn't have flash, and it didn't work. Kevin Campion, John Ritter, thank you. Suzanne Summers was bouncier. She was, Dave. Mark Burchett, Darby is awesome and a great chat with. Darby Mills, yes. Metal Reaper, I had a thing for what, Mr. Furley? Mrs. Furley? Anyway, the whole point of this interview was to say, this chat was to say thank you for the folks who have donated to us to help us get our new computer, our new MacBook, because I only work on Macs now because I've been doing it for so long that I'm just go back to PC would be too much. Because I thought of it, I'm going, oh my God, I can get such a cheaper computer. Then I went, my old brain, does it want to learn a new software to learn to do all this? I don't know if I could do that. So my son said, don't buy a new one, buy a reconditioned one, which is what we did when we bought this one. I couldn't afford a new MacBook because we use Final Cut Pro, which is a standard. So a lot of you started giving us money on PayPal, which was nice. Thank you. And a lot of people joined our Patreon, which is great. And then we weren't quite there yet. And but we're almost there. So if you can, there's links at the very top of the description for PayPal or Patreon. And I think in a couple of weeks, we'll be able to buy our new computer. So thanks. Like in 40 years in radio, I've never been in awe of anything but the people who just supported me on this YouTube channel. I've had great experiences in radio. I've worked a morning show, midday, afternoon drive, evenings. I started in all nights. I've been a music director, program director. You know, I've done it all. And nothing has satisfied me as much as doing this little YouTube channel, which grew and grew and grew. So thanks a lot. I don't know what else to say. You know, I felt emotional tonight coming on here going, you know, it's amazing what you guys have done for my life to change my life. Don Knotts, LOL, Chevkin. JT Shark, the producers did not think Knotts would do the show when he offered the audition. They were shocked. Yeah. That's another thing I'd like. You know, we have a channel called Nail Sheet. We haven't had the time to get to it because we're too busy trying to make a living on rock history music to sort of make this work. And we think there's a future with Rock History Book and Today in History. We think we have a future in working on that show. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for everything you do. Thanks for supporting. I know Terry David Mulligan used to work in the building. I worked in a building before QMFM. Where's my thing? Before the station QMFM. Do I have it here? Hold on. I don't know where it went. I don't know where it is. I worked for a station. I worked for CFUN in Vancouver, which was one of the biggest stations in the history of Vancouver. And then I went over to their FM station, QMFM. We were at 300 West 2nd in Vancouver, which was a few blocks away from Mushroom Studios, where Hart and Doucette and all those people recorded on top of Granville Island. And one day I noticed this guy was bringing in a turntable, a real old heavy turntable. They're heavy because radio station turntables are meant to be hit and not skip. They're on really heavy metal supports. Because, you know, obviously if it's... oh, thank you for the super chat. Oh, thank you, Petty Y. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Thanks. So it was Terry David Mulligan. And I'd met him at Much Music before when I visited Toronto when I was syndicating radio shows in the 80s. I, of course, wouldn't remember. So I helped him, and I carried this big turntable on top, and I went upstairs with him and helped him carry his other stuff. He was moving in. He had an office in our office building because he was still doing Much Music, the video channel in Canada. So every time I'd see him, I'd say, "Hey, Terry, how's it going?" He'd go, "Oh, yeah, what's your name again?" And for the next 4 times, he couldn't remember my name. There was a part of me that went, "Oh, come on, man, just remember my name, for God's sakes." But he was always really nice. He was very friendly. I told him he was a big influence on me because he doesn't have a radio voice at all. And I certainly don't. And he influenced me. And Doug Pringle's another guy who started the first real classic rock radio station at Showme in Montreal. And I had a chance, because I was auditioning for a program director's job with him, and I had a chance to talk to him for a couple hours one day. And he was another guy without a radio voice, English voice, who told me about bareback riding with Anna and Nancy Wilson way back in the 70s. Imagine that. Anyway, Petty Y, thank you for that donation. Amin Ahmed, fantastic. Frank Janiak, winning tickets is so cool. I won many during the 70s. Best time for concert, yes. Chase Tower, I truly enjoy every interview. Thank you, Mark. Burchett, absolutely. Frank, Chase Tower, channels. JT Shark, due to working a few Vancouver bands in 19 to 2005, I grew up to despise Terry David Mulligan and how many hoops most put local band. Oh, for local bands. Oh, I didn't realize that. Please show us your. I don't get it yet. The one. Hold on. Can you see this? The 100,000 award. I got the slip yesterday. Hold on. Hold on. I got it here. There it is. Can you see that? Hold on. Can you see? Hold on. You see that? Hold on. There it is. So YouTube yesterday, I don't know if you can see, it says Rock History Music on top. Yeah, it's not too small. Yesterday, YouTube, I'm at 100,000.500. We're 600 now. Yesterday, they sent me a letter. Now, Jesse Cook, the flamenco guitarist, warned me about this. I've known Jesse for quite a few years. He surpassed 100,000 quite a few months ago. He said, you might have to ask them for the award. I said, I don't really want to do that, but he contacted them, and the day he contacted them, they got back to him anyway, saying, here's your award. We're going to mail it to you for free. Give us your address. And they did that yesterday to me, and I was able to send it away. So in 2-3 weeks, I'll do an unboxing with the award. It's a nice thing, 100,000. It's pretty cool, right? I wish financially 100,000 meant you'd make a good living. It doesn't mean that. It hasn't meant that for us. Oops. Unfortunately, let me get some comments. So RG, it's not here yet. I'll get it in 2-3 weeks. Northern Grace. So many chances from good old radio days, spinning vinyl, playing carts, all carts. I only have one left. Dave, I'll allow that comment. I don't know why you were flagged by YouTube. JT Shark, just blue blur. Yeah, sorry. Chev Ken. Oh, maybe I have it on this computer. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Maybe I have it on here. Where's my pictures on here? Where's my camera on here? Just give me a second. I'll see if I can find my camera. Oh God, where's my camera? Hold on, give me a sec, guys. I hear you talking to me. Oh my God, this room is so hot. Oh, here it is. It might be on this camera. Hold on. It should be. Hold on. Should be on here. Oh, yeah, I think it's on here. There it is. Can you see that? There you go. Oh, I got to get away from the light. There it is. They sent me that yesterday. So that's what they sent me. A Rock History Music, get ready for your silver award. Your award is getting polished and customized right now. You will get an email from the shipping courier when it ships. It should arrive 2-3 weeks. Congrats, YouTube Creator Awards. Nice. Bruce Hornsby told me something once. He says, you know what? It's a shame that being a musician at a certain caliber does not translate to having money like maybe Britney Spears would have, with a woman who's quasi barely a musician, really a team behind her. It's not like sports. Mind you, you need to get in the right sport, but most people do, where if you're great at sports, you'll become a millionaire. Chev Ken, Silver Award, cool, congratulations. Frank Janiak, very cool. Way to go, John. RG, congratulations. Mark Burchett, the silver play button. Chev Ken, Mark, I did that one time, and all I did was stammer. Oh, you still love calling requests. I did too. I was a radio junkie, right? Anyway, guys, I'm going to have to go. Thank you for the folks. If anybody's donated tonight, there's links in the top of the description for Patreon or PayPal to help us finally get this new computer. Ugh, it's been a stress. I wake up in the morning going, oh my God, I hope my computer doesn't break down. Anyway, thank you, everybody. We'll get there one way or the other. I love you guys for making a very big difference in my life. I don't know, man. I sometimes wonder, I don't know where I'd be if I didn't do this channel. I'm glad it turned out. I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't at the end or anything, but I know how much this channel has done for me. And so thank you. Guys, take care. I'm going to try to do a live broadcast every night with a certain title. Thank you for your super chat. Oh, Godzilla 00. Thank you. That's really sweet of you. Thank you. I'm going to try to do one every night with a title, with a purpose. I'm also going to go through every Eagles album because I love the Eagles. I'm going to go through every Led Zeppelin album and a few every Journey album. even some Chicago albums. I'm not sure if I'll do every one of them, but I had them all. So take good care, guys. Good night.